All right, I hit the go live button. Let me know if you can hear me, chat. Can't stop streaming these days. Shit keeps happening. This is crazy. Okay. So, this is a thing that has happened, and we're in this timeline, and I don't really know how to feel about it yet. So we're gonna talk it through, and hopefully, chat's gonna give me some more information. Mets signed Devin Williams to a 3-year deal worth $50 million, 45. What's the number? Kind of did my Bob Dylan noise there. What's going on, everyone? Tacomo tweet. Still in for Diaz. That's good. How we feeling, chat? How we feeling? Tacomo tweet gives me more hope. What we got there? Okay, he posted a story. The Mets are still interested in re-signing Edwin Diaz even after agreeing to terms with Devin Williams for source. Williams is open to pitching in a setup role. Okay. That changes kind of the whole scope of the move. I like that a lot. Yeah, I mean, my very first initial thought was like, if this is the plan for if Diaz is leaving, that is brutal. But if it's not, and he's a setup man, okay, because we kind of had some durability problems in the bullpen last year. But can we stop signing former Yankees? Can we stop? It's getting kind of annoying. It's like every offseason now, right? Like it's been Soto, it's been Bader, it's been Devin Williams, it's been Frankie Montas, it's been Ottavino. Who else? Who else am I missing? Leave some chats. I'm curious. The list is long now. It's a lot. On the surface, Williams had the worst season of his career. 4.79 ERA after a really good 1.83 in 6 seasons with Milwaukee. But when you look under the hood, which is a term I love saying, under the hood, at his FIP. So this is what everyone points to. His fielding independent pitching, which is ERA if you only count for strikeouts, walks, home runs, hit by pitches. And his mark was pretty good, 2.68. So did he get incredibly unlucky? I don't think so. I think sometimes FIP can be like a deterrent to be like, yeah, he's actually good. He just got unlucky. But I think he probably pitched better than a 4.7. The hard hit rate against him was a career high at 35.7%. His signature error and a changeup. Opponents hit 194 against that pitch. No opt-outs or options, does not feel safe. Yeah. Doesn't feel awesome. If you like red bubbles, those still look good. Right here. So what's the consensus? It looks like a lot of people in chat are saying this is a great move if we bring back Edwin Diaz. I think I agree. But I need to look at our roster resource. I also need to make sure my reaction goes up. Nothing's posting right now. Don't forget Tim LeCastro. Yeah. How could I ever forget? Because our bullpen is looking right weak. Even with. So it's, oh my God, look at this bullpen. Okay, maybe we didn't need to make some moves. Oh my God, Rock Squad fan forever. Jesus, quite pipe down. So the Mets need to make some bullpen moves, but I'm putting this guy in timeout. Who else was out there? MLB free agent spot rack. That's what I like to use. Who else was even here? Relievers I know was like Helsley, which that was never going to happen. These guys already signed, available. Reisel I would have liked, but he was never leaving the Braves. So it's Diaz, D-Rob. D-Rob got 15? What? What else we got here? Mike Soroka. I mean, Robert Suarez I think I would have been pretty happy with as the setup guy. Kenley Jansen would have been fun, but I just think he's such a Dodger. No way Jordan Romano. Emilio Pagan was pretty good last year. He'll probably get a decent number. Kyle Finnegan is a decent option. I mean, I guess amongst the guys that were going to be free agent options for the setup role, I think the only one I would have really liked more is, I guess, Robert Suarez, but he's probably going to be the second highest paid reliever behind Diaz, if I had to guess. So if you couldn't do that to also sign Diaz, I'm okay with Devin Williams, I guess. I don't feel great about it. Someone said Will Salmon tweet. Let's see what Will. So Will broke it, right? It remains possible the Mets can still add Diaz. Williams' deal is $45 million plus a $6 million bonus. Grok, go away, Jesus. Prorated equal over 3 years. $15 million is deferred, $5 million each year. Wow, they got him to defer $15 million? Oh my God. The Mets have entered the deferral game. The league is on notice. I don't know. There's Joe's McFly. Yeah, I don't know. I mainly wanted to live stream because I want to get your guys' thoughts. Some people are saying goodbye, Edwin. Pete Fairbanks is out there. That would have been a really good option too. But I mean, just look at the state of this bullpen. I mean, our best reliever was Minter coming off a nasty injury, who I still believe in. But then behind him, it's a minor league deal for Adbert Alzolay. Brooks Raley, who was nails for us, but like I don't really know what he looks like. And then a bunch of guys who we optioned up and down all season long. So, like, you still have to sign Edwin Diaz. And I think they know that. But, I mean, these numbers are just tough to look at. Some of them are. I mean, look at that Milwaukee run. That guy's still in there somewhere, right? Pete didn't just break him for good, right? I think this was a Stearns guy. Yeah, I agree with that. This feels like a Stearns guy. What round draft pick was he? Second rounder. Yeah, I mean 2013, that's a Stearns guy. What's your opinion on no opt-out or options? I think that like you need to have competitive incentives like that in this free agent class, which is why not a lot of free agents have signed because everyone's still fishing in the trade market. But I think if the Mets wanted to get that lower AAV and those deferrals, then it was the kind of thing they had to do. Who is this? Who is that? I mean, if they do Bellinger too, that's crazy. If they do Bellinger and Devin Williams in addition to all the other former Yankee signings, that is crazy. I don't know. I'm happy that the tenor of a lot of the other people I'm seeing seems to be happier than what I feel right now. I just feel a little bit more cautious, I guess, because I had a little bit of unfounded optimism for Frankie Montas, and that turned out so bad. Like, worse than I could have ever possibly imagined. Let me repost the live stream here. Would be really funny if him and Pete end up together. It would. I wonder what that would look like. Like, I guarantee you they have not talked, like, since that moment, right? Because why would they? Do you think the dynamic would be weird? I feel like it definitely would be. 16.5 mil a year is unreal. It's close. It's actually 17 if you include the bonus. But then if you include deferrals, it goes back down. So you can't really look at AAV in a vacuum like that anymore because now there's just so many different things you can do with your contract. Stop watching a banger Jolly Olive gaming video to hear your thoughts. Go check out the gaming channel, guys. Thanks for watching, man. Appreciate you. But Jolly Montas had never been a good pitcher before signing here. He was good when he was using steroids with the Oakland A's, lest we forget. Let's see. What under the hood stuff can we look at here? 13K per night. What was the strikeout rate? 34.7. I wonder where that ranks him among pitchers with how many innings did he have? He had 62 innings. Let's do some quick butter knifing, shall we? 60 innings pitched. Who had the highest strikeout rates in baseball? Edwin Diaz, Devin Williams, both in the top 10. Okay, I like that for my 8 and 9 guys. They're two of the best high-profile strikeout relievers in baseball. There's Bednar at 10. Okay. Williams' walk rate compared to strikeout rate is pretty good. His strikeout to walk puts him at top 20, 25.1%. Like that. I can talk myself into this. I think you guys are going to be watching live in time me talking myself into this. Devin Williams BABIP 296, which is not astronomically high. Now, what does worry me about a high leverage reliever, and some people don't like the stat, but I still buy into it a decent amount, 55.2% left on base rate. That's scary. That means you can't bring him in with inherited runners, which the Mets had a ton of problems with last year too. 55.2%, I don't even think would be league average, right? Like if I do league stats, what's league average? League average is 72% of pitchers who were relievers that had qualified seasons. So Devin Williams is well under that. Well under that. I wonder how low he ranks, actually. Oh, my God, he was the worst. Devin Williams had the worst left on base rate of any qualified reliever last season. I wish I didn't find that stat. That feels terrible. So he's clean inning or butt. So him and Diaz are nasty stuff, but they have fickle tendencies. Diaz definitely less so. Diaz was nails last season, but you have to be just cautious in the way you use them. Left on base rate has zero stickiness year to year. Yeah, but it's still a year's worth of data. I'm not just going to discount it entirely. I treat it the same way I treat BABIP. I don't think BABIP is a trend stat at all. Like your BABIP for your career could be very different from your extremities from season to season. But it's still a year's worth of data. And if he's last in the league, I just think that means something. I don't know. Is that the real Talking Baseball chat? Let's go. What a great haircut. Thanks, man. I wonder who that is. I'm going to say that's Rob Scirocco. What else can we find on Mr. Devin? What else can we find? What about pitch metric stuff? 90th percentile or higher in a bunch of whiff rate things. That's great. Well, he's low in walk rate. Decent in ground ball rate. I didn't really realize he ranked out that high in extension. Still 2-pitch pitcher. Not much has changed there. Uses changeup more last season, which is interesting. You guys can't see that. He went up from 45% to 52%, but he's been as high as over 55% in most of the years in Milwaukee. Okay. He was rough on the Yankees, but he has talent, but he could go either way for the Mets. It says Photo Bobom. Great username. That's kind of how I feel. I kind of just need to see it. There's not too much disparity between his expected values and his actual values for batting average, slug, and WOBA. What else do we have here? The run value on his changeup was still pretty good, even though it got hit around a little bit more. Listen, 3 years, $45 million is scary for a guy who just had at certain points last year, what was his numbers got really bad. I do think he suffered from Yankee stubbornness a little bit. I don't think that's that unfair to say. Like when he had an ERA of 10 and they just kept trotting him out there for save opportunities, I think that definitely didn't help. He has zero fastball command. That's why he uses the changeup. I mean, yeah, there are moments last year where you couldn't locate his fastball at all. But there's also just there's good months here. Like June, 9 2/3, 1 earned run, 12 strikeouts, no walks. So that's in there. But there's also just these stretches of blow-ups. End of the season really strong. Similar stretch to June. I don't know. The streakiness scares me. But relievers are just so volatile that paying them is scary, but also harping on one season for them isn't fair to them either. I just, more, if anything, you know what? If you give me a 1.25 ERA plus, which would be well under league average and way less than his best seasons, but you give me a full sample of a season, you give me 60 to 70 innings, I think you take that. I think that's like replacement level, and I think that's what the Mets need for their bullpen. They need someone to not be up and down all year and be a constant, because they had one constant last year, and it was Edwin Diaz. Because Brooks Raley came up in June. You have all the option guys listed here. Reed Garrett, is always a hot start and then tails off, and then he gets hurt. Deadneal got hurt. Everyone got hurt or just was not reliable past a month of use. Max Kranick got hurt. So they just need stability. And if it's going to cost you 3 years and $45 million, that sucks, especially for someone who's not incredibly reliable. But I don't know. Why are Dodgers fans relying on this? Dodgers fans got to make everything about them. It's crazy. Resurfacing the story on Devin Williams, it was interesting to hear his perspective on some of the numbers with the Yankees this past season. As far as my stuff, I felt I was as good as, if not better than, it has been in years past. Let's read this. Will Salmon does great work for The Athletic, by the way. Okay. A deep free agent class of closers. I don't know if I agree with that sentiment. I think it's a quality class. I think there's like 5 closers that you can get. I guess that is deep. With elite stuff. We all know the Mets are stuff over command, which is why I thought they were going to sign Dylan Cease until he got 7 years, $210. But I thought they would love him. So that's the quote we just read. Top 4% in MLB of strikeout rate, whiff rate, yada, yada, yada. 12 teams pursued him, apparently. The Reds being one of them, which is interesting. I find that a little surprising. What do we got here? I got to clap on that reel. The Athletic projected him at 1 year, $18 million. What? That's low. Tim Britton was high on Tatsuya Imai, so I'm surprised he was low on Devin Williams. 16 mil a year on a guy with this track record is made. Well, I mean, isn't it? It's a little bit similar to what the Orioles did with Helsley, right? I mean, the Orioles did. Like, they kind of capitalized on what was an awful last 2 months, and they're getting the track record that Helsley brings to the table, which is, as good as Devin Williams. But his value went down because of these 22 games so much that they got him on a 2-year deal. I think if Helsley finishes the year with these numbers, he gets this Williams deal and more. 30 years old. How old is Devin? Devin's also 30, I think, right? Yeah. They were a very similar case, these two, Helsley and Devin Williams. It's almost like they're swapping out Williams for Helsley, and I hope it's not a case of insanity where they're doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Let's keep reading this article, though. So those are the projections. Diaz obviously ranks in the top of the closer market. Others prefer Robert Suarez. I think I preferred Robert Suarez, but I honestly didn't do much digging into it. It was purely a vibes preference. Suarez has the electric fastball and really good velo. I mean, they're pretty similar, too. They both, I guess Suarez walks less guys, but he also is more susceptible to the home run. So it's a matter of what fire you want to play with your reliever. I also like a deeper pitch mix, though. It's a lot of four-seamers. I'm talking myself more into it. The more we go on, I'm talking myself more into it. Feel it's like the Yankees have no competition for Imai. Yeah, I mean with the Giants report that they're not going to go to 9 figures for him. If you're not going to 9 figures, you're not going to get him. Point blank, like you're not going to get Imai. So it's the Yankees' competition to lose. It's just a matter of if they want him. 67 appearances, career bests. Okay, that's interesting. 16 of them occurred in just 5 games. Wait, what? What does that mean? He allowed 30. Oh, I see. So he had 5 outings where he had absolute blowups. I don't love butter knifing that way. I mean, I do find it kind of interesting of like, you can look at 5 of these outings and they account for half of his runs, but they still happened. And they're all against good teams. Playoff team, World Series team, playoff team, or fringe playoff team. These are all good teams. And then he had a bunch of scoreless outings, and if you look down here, you'll see White Sox twice, Orioles twice, Twins twice. So I don't put too much stock into that. I would almost rather him have blow-up outings than like consistently be giving up 1 run, if that makes sense. I even lowered my walk rate this year, even with kind of the way that the year went, even though he was still pretty low in walk percentile. Stats ended up being the way they were because I had 4 or 5 blow-up games. See, I don't like this quote. I don't like that. Even if it is true, I don't think this is a good mentality of like, yeah, if not for those 4 or 5 games where I just didn't have my stuff, I would have been top of the class. You didn't have your stuff those days. And those, I mean, were these all close games? 1-run loss, 2-run loss, 2-run loss, 1-run loss. I don't know. I don't like that quote. To drill down more specifically, there was also an interesting week early in August when Williams allowed 3 home runs, 1 in each game to 3 left-handed batters, including twice. Okay. Each of the home runs were against changeups. Struggles against left-handed batters. What does splits look like? I didn't look at his splits at all. How much stock do you put in having bad defense on the Yankees? Very little. I mean, Williams is not a ground ball first kind of guy. I think he He thrives from the ground ball, like 66 percentile, but he's not like a sinker baller in that way. He's not going to rely on middle infield defense to generate a lot of outs, 90 strikeouts to 25 walks. I think he'll benefit from having Lindor and Semien up the middle, but I don't know how much of a difference that makes. Batting average against in the split is incredibly similar, but there's an 150-point OPS drop between lefties and righties. So he was just susceptible to the long ball more so against lefties. 4 home runs total on the year, and apparently 3 of them came in this 1 week. So that I put a little bit more stock into than the other thing of like, he had a couple outings where he gave up a ton of runs, and, if he didn't do that, he would have been perfect. Someone said Foolish Bailey likes it. I want to see what he thinks. We can pull up his Twitter. What about Short Porch? He doesn't give up a lot of homers. 4 against lefties. I wonder how many were at home. I hate paying relievers, and even I don't totally hate this. This is less than Tanner Scott money for a guy who's been elite every year of his career except for the most recent one. That is a good point. Compare this to the Tanner Scott contract. It looks a lot better. I mean, we'll see. Obviously, things can go bad, but I want to see. Let's look at home runs Devin Williams gave up and see if any of them were porch jobs. Let's see that because we can find that. Has Baseball Savant's video system been lagging endlessly for anybody else? It's been really bad for me lately. Let's see. Home away. What does home away say? 2 homers at home, 3 away. So I don't think any of them were cheapies. I see a 456 against Acuna. Jesus. Yeah. So these are the only 2 that were in home games. Taylor Trammell. That's not even that bad of a pitch, honestly. Great call by Wayne Randazzo. That's not a porch job. Josh Lowe's a blown save. So golf one. Yeah, I know those are not porch jobs. Those ain't cheapies. Okay. Much worse on the road than home, which is surprising to me. Wonder what that was about. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just as 50-50 as I was since we started the stream. I found things that I do like and I found things that I don't like. Jolly with the Ohtani here. Thank you. Appreciate that. Mets took their last 2 closers. Am I stupid? Who was the other one? I don't remember. Rare Josh Lau success. What else we got here? Month-to-month splits. What do the metrics on his old cutter look like? Devin Williams threw a cutter? Oh, wait, I don't want to open Discord. Let's see. This is more left-handed splits. Let's see. After August 10th, he struck out 43.8% of left batters he faced. Wow. Okay, so he rectified that in the last 2 months. Clay Holmes, right, of course. Sorry, guys. I don't think of him that way. I think of him as a starter. Let's just do... Hang on. Let's do a quick little butter knife. Like, let's find Williams at his best for a 2-month stretch and see where that ranks out everywhere. Is that his last 2 months? What do you say here? August 10th? August 10th. That was his last blow up here. From August 10th, the end of the season, 18 innings, 5 earned runs. Not even that spectacular. A 0.36 FIP? Holy shit. That's awesome. That's got to be best in the league, right? August 10th? 0.36 is insane. My God, stop. I think he had a way better second half. I mean, not the whole way. It was really, he had 3 good months and 3 bad ones. But I got to believe that FIP is the best mark. Yeah, so it's him and Mason Miller right here for those last 15 innings of the year. I don't know. I think it's good value. I think it is. But I'm not going to start dancing. I think that's my my takeaway is that I think the Mets have a chance to get a really good value reliever here. Funny. Sources says this is not preclude the Mets from signing Edwin Diaz. Oh my God, it is Edwin Diaz not coming back. This is so Twitter, right here. This is so Twitter. I should screenshot this and tweet it. That's so funny. That's so funny. What else we got? Airbender. Oh, I trust Brendan Tuma. He's got good takes. Sits miles outside the league's movement cluster for changeups. Mets like stuff. Reliever ERA is chaos. We know that. 55% strand rate is what to blame. Yes, so we pointed this out. This was worse in the league. This is worst strand rate. It's the lowest by a qualified reliever since 2022. So it's an insane outlier. That's crazy. Historically unlucky. Nearly every team was out on him. Process screams Browns back. I do like that 12 teams were in on him. That doesn't really matter, but I like that the league had a consensus of like, we can get this guy for great value. That makes me feel like the Mets made a smart signing. Devin Williams, Mets deal, $45 million for 3 years. John Heyman writes in hieroglyphics. We are so back. Okay, so a lot of people were reacting to this in the way that we initially did. Mulling the opportunity to sign it. I mean, if they can get both of them, that's awesome. That is awesome. So, like, what else? Okay. So you sign D-Will and you sign Edwin Diaz. So Diaz pushes everyone down another peg. That still has Richard Lovelady in your opening day pen. So the Mets are going to need to do more. Internally, they like Dylan Ross. This kid throws like 102, and he was almost called up for game 162. I remember that being floated as like an insane idea. They also like Ryan Lambert. So these are two internal options that I think they're into. They have Tong and Sproat and Christian Scott. So I feel like someone here is going to end up here. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. I think they still get a starter too. I don't know. God, they have so much to do. Let's look at market value. I don't think they get Suarez unless they miss Diaz. I'm going to talk hinging on them getting Diaz. So they get Diaz back. God, I would love adding Fairbanks too. So it feels like they're gonna add another 1 year deal to this bullpen. I think Krannick's out for the year. They're not out on Diaz. Hurts and bust. Multiple reporters have said they're not out. I still like Rogers. I know he wasn't great here, but I think he's going back to the Giants. And then after that, it gets kind of thin. I like Kyle Finnegan, kind of, but he's old, so that could be a 1 year deal. Reliever market's top heavy, like for sure. I like Brad Keller, but I think he's going to get way too much money for his last like 2 months. Bring back the Churve, baby. Let's go. Bring back the Churve. Fairbanks at $13 million for 1 year, get it done. Wasn't his ARB like 12? I mean, yeah, that would just give him whatever his ARB value was, because I don't know why the Rays didn't sign him. Give him a little bit more than whatever his ARB value was and call it a day. But yeah, Jerry likes it. Scary, but I like it. I love it if they sign Edwin back. I agree with that. Should I call Jerry? I'm gonna try calling Jerry. Let's call Jerry. That'll be fun. Okay, let's see. Jerry Blevins. Hopefully this doesn't kill audio. Maybe this is how I end the stream. Hope he picks up. Oh, he picked up.
Jerry Blevins.
Oh, he declined the call. He's probably with his kids. That's going to get clips. That's brutal. Jerry, no way. Got big leaked. Happens sometimes. I think that's all I got for this, though. I want to do it on a call right now. Wow. Okay. I kind of got the complete experience. I started off bad. They're booing me as I come out of the bullpen, so obviously I got the worst fit at the beginning, and then in the end, I think against Toronto, they gave me a standing ovation as I'm coming off the mound, so I got the full experience. It's a unique place to play. It's a special place to play. They have a lot of history, a fan base that wants to win. This is all about Yankee fans, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Who got it better than Jolly? It's hard to say. Being a Mets fan is exciting these days, if nothing else. It is exciting. Cody Bellinger and Michael King next. Said he's to be opening and returning the Yankees. At first it was a challenge, but I've grown to love being here. I really enjoyed my experience here. Okay. He needs to have his beard. We can't have a situation like this. Who should I call? Should I call other people? I'll call other people. Sure. Text works though. Jerry, I can't text right now. I'll call Jake. If no one replies to me, this has a chance to be an all-time bad stream highlight. Like if I just get big leagued by all my coworkers, I'm calling Jake. Not Jordan Romano, please. I watched a lot of those outings. I don't know, guys. I think Rosie would answer me. This is brutal. This is why you don't get friends, guys. All right, big leagued. I'm calling Chris Rose. Your call has been I'm 0 for 2. If I go 0 for 3, I'm not trying again. Call me, Jolly. I'll pick up. Thank you, Caplo. I appreciate you. Send your phone number and social security number. Chris Rose, that's why you're my favorite. I've called 3 people. You're the first one to pick up.
What's up?
Well, I want to get your thoughts on the Devin Williams signing. I know you had a thought about doing baseball today right now, but I left you hanging. Do you have any raw reactions, instant thoughts for the people on the stream?
Oh, we're live on the stream.
Oh, I should have led with that. We are live on Shea Station's channel right now.
Yeah, thank God I didn't answer the phone the way I usually do. Well, first of all, congratulations, man.
Thanks, I think.
I think so. I think it's a good deal.
I think so.
I really do, because I like teams that are a half step ahead instead of a half step behind.
Sure.
So I think obviously it'd be ideal if Edwin Diaz returns, and according to all reports, this Williams signing does not mean that they're out of the picture.
Right.
Diaz, and I don't know why they would be, right?
Right.
I mean, you're talking about having the richest owner in the sport who will stop at nothing to make sure that his team has everything it needs. So let's play it first of all as though Diaz won't be there.
Right.
It's a pretty good fallback. I mean, it's the best one that's available. He was not great last year.
Would you say, I hate to interrupt you, would you say that you
Yeah.
prefer Devin Williams to Robert Suarez? Because I kept saying that's probably my number 2 of like who I would want as the fallback.
Yeah, I would. I mean, Bobby Suarez, even though he hasn't been in the national picture very long, he's older.
Yeah, he is.
He's a little older, and he's pitched well. He really has. He's had some really nice moments, and he had the Bryce Harper moment, unfortunately, a few years ago as well.
Salt in the wound.
But I mean, I would still say, look, Devin Williams last year was far and away his worst year.
Yeah, it's an insane outlier.
Right. So I would say I would bank on him being closer to what he was in Milwaukee than what he was with the Yankees, which felt horribly rocky.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was as bad as it felt, if that makes sense.
What's with this trend of the Mets signing all these former Yankees? It feels like every year this is just going to happen from now on.
It's only the higher-priced ones at certain positions.
Yeah, it's bizarre to me. But
Bader,
Devin Williams, Clay Holmes, just never ends.
If you go out and pluck Cody Bellinger.
I just said, I was like, if we do him too, and Michael King, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Right. Well, although Michael King did not just immediately fly through the Bronx.
Yeah, I guess that makes it feel a little better.
He had a 2-year West Coast stint.
Yeah.
So I like the move. I think that people should be excited about it because it doesn't slam the door shut on the other. And I think that if Edwin Diaz goes elsewhere, it won't be because the Mets didn't offer him enough. Let's just put it that way.
I think I agree, which gives me hope that we'll have a back end of Williams and Diaz for at least 3 years. Rosie, when's the next baseball today? When can we hear from you next?
We are actually going to do one tomorrow morning with not Trevor Plouffe, because he's going to be on a plane.
Shocking.
With Jerry Blevins.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah, I think it's a good time to kind of go over the reliever market with him.
Yeah.
And, the way that bullpens are constructed. I mean, there's there's now a big question of what the Yankees are going to do. Is there not?
Yeah, there's a huge question. I wonder what their bullpen looks like right now. It's Bednar, and then what else?
Yeah, I know Tim Hill came back.
Bednar, Doval, Cruz. It's interesting.
Yeah, it is. Duvall is. Look, he was the guy they couldn't trust down the stretch.
Yeah, but they're gonna need to.
I know. All I can remember was Jimmy going nuts the day that they traded for him, and I was like, look, I probably watch more West Coast baseball than anybody in the company. He's got amazing stuff, but he will drive you nuts, and that's exactly the way it played out. So I don't know if he's a total trustworthy guy, but I think they're going to have to make some other moves.
Yeah, I think they make a play for one of these top echelon guys like Suarez or Kenley Jansen. Pete Fairbanks is really interesting to me too now because he's available.
He is. He's very interesting. And then, look, there always can be a guy that ends up getting traded that, we've seen, whether it's during the year or off seasons, guys get moved when sometimes it feels a little shocking.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
All right. Well, I'm very excited to listen in to you and Jerry chat tomorrow. I'll leave you to it. Thanks for giving us your thoughts, Chris Rose.
So I guess before I leave,
yeah,
I want to know who didn't answer the phone so that you had to come at me fourth.
Well,
on the list.
I came at you third. I want you to know.
Okay.
I called Jerry first. I assume Jerry's tending to the little ones. I have to assume it's 10 p.m. on a Monday. And then I called. What's that?
That is spoken by somebody who does not have a child.
Yes,
on
absolutely.
A school night,
absolutely.
Got little kids. Who the hell's up at 10 o'clock?
I don't know. They're crazy from what I hear.
Okay.
They got a lot of energy. And then behind that, Jake let me down a little bit. He just texted me during the call, but I'm leaving him on red.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, go finish up this live stream. I'm happy you're getting that out tonight, and go celebrate.
All right. Thank you, Chris Rose. I'll call you first next time, promise.
No, it's okay. I know where I sit in the pecking order.
See you soon. I love Chris Rose. Should have called him first. It's my bad, chat. Okay. I think that'll probably do it on this live stream. Leave some comments in the stream down below of your thoughts on the signing. If you're here to chirp away. Leave a like on the stream so other people can find it. Subscribe to the Shea Station channel for more Mets content. We might do an episode at some point, but honestly, I feel like I got a lot of thoughts out here. This was a therapeutic process for me to kind of, digest this move because it's crazy. But if we can pump the brakes on other former Yankees so my coworkers bully me less, that would be awesome. Appreciate it. But that'll do it for me. Leave a like on the stream, all that good stuff. Appreciate you guys tuning in.